Another video inspired by a comment, so I really appreciate you doing that. What is a mortgage? Well, as a matter of law, a mortgage is just a loan secured on an asset. Um, Oftentimes, the asset is, the reason you're borrowing the money, but it doesn't have to be. A common example, of course, is when you buy a house. You buy a house, you borrow some money off a building society or a bank, and they take security over the house you are buying. So if you default on the loan, they can come and sort of claim the house, seek possession of it, sell it to pay off the loan. But that's not always the case. I mean, you're probably familiar with second mortgages. So, you've got a bit of equity in the house, or you're fortunate enough to own it outright, and you want to, go on holiday or something like that, or you just want to build a kitchen extension. You borrow some money, and again, you offer security by way of a charge over your property. What's a charge? In olden days, the way mortgages worked was actually, although you could take possession of the asset, the title to it stayed with the lender. So, it was actually their house. And that's why they'd keep on to the deeds. And there was always that thing that you should never pay off your mortgage. To leave £100 on it, because then you get free storage of all your important documents in the bank or building society's deed safe. Now, though, what they do is they just put a charge on it. A legal charge is registered at the land registry, and it says that somebody basically has first dibs on this property. But you can get second, third, fourth, infinite number of charges. It all depends on the value of not having a first charge. Because if it's an unlimited first charge, then basically you're at the back of the queue. Sometimes though you can actually put a cap on a charge and say there's a first charge but only up to a certain value. And what a charge also does is say that when you actually have a mortgage on an asset, you can't dispose of it or diminish the value until the loan is paid off. So you'll have all clauses about that. And if, for instance, you sell the property, then the lender has, again, first dibs on the money received. So in order to actually release a charge, you need a document called a DR1, which is something that the lender signs and says, okay, you can sell this house, or again, you can even remortgage it or something like that. So that's all changed a little bit now. It doesn't just have to be houses, though. It can be anything. I mean, I do a lot of art stuff, and there are companies out there that offer mortgages and artworks. So if you want to buy a £10 million painting, they will front you, 7 or 8 million, but they will keep a charge over the actual artwork itself, and that is their security. Because there's another video I've done about 3 questions you should always be able to answer if you're buying art, and one of them is, will you be getting good title? Because it's quite common for people to use artworks as security. And again, not necessarily for the loan to buy the artwork. I mean, if you want to just, borrow money off somebody, they'll say, well, what can you offer as security? And you can say, well, I've got this very expensive painting. Oh, okay, that's fine, we'll have that. But you get mortgages on ships and aircrafts and all sorts of things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing especially unusual about mortgages, and as far as the law is concerned, they are treated just as loans. It's just the fact that there is this additional element of the security. So yeah, hope you found that useful, interesting, helpful, or whatever. If you did, please consider clicking the like button, subscribing, and possibly even sharing this.